Has the bear market begun for Bitcoin? In today's update, I'm simply going to show you what next and answer this question. Since the last update, the video was recorded around here and the last live stream was around there. So I'm gonna simply update everything since the last video that was made on YouTube. Basically, as you can see, Bitcoin bear market start. Well, as you can see, we just took the highs once more and got a retracement, but this is still part. Even if we swipe the highs here, this was still part of the correction. We, even if you remember good, have been able to time the absolute high with a harmonic pattern. It was basically an X, A, B, C, D. You can simply pull the fib time from the bottom to the top right here to the bottom right here, and you can see we have this very nice 618 fib time that brings us with the absolute all-time high time, date and time. This was just absolutely crazy. I've been able to plan that within the live section just right here, and I didn't updated anything on the YouTube channel for a bit more than 1 month. Everything was updated within the brand new platform, brand new website, mooncharts.fr. These updates are for VIPs only, so if you want to sign up to know what is next for Bitcoin, for example, right here on that top, we have been able to recognize where are these updates. It should be just right here. For example, this was the update on October the 17th. As you can see, was looking for such drop here, okay, into the 123, 100, 1618, the blue or green levels basically here. Was looking here for an ABC flat, as you can see, an increase in price, but still to get a large drop. We've got the absolute perfect increase in price from here, as you can see here from the 123. Sorry, my cat wanted to join the video here. So we've got the increase in price from the 123. And so right after this, we was looking, for this very nice harmonic, again another harmonic. And by the way, just about the harmonic, just right here, if you go into the course section, you have a brand new harmonics course with 5 listens at the moment, but I'm adding every Wednesday more listens to this, so you can basically get all the harmonics. Just you have a brand new harmonics course. This is for apprentice or VIPs. Have a look at this. You have the introduction and all the different patterns, and again there are a few patterns missing here. 3 more patterns to go, so 3 more Wednesday, and next this course is going to be completed and we're going to move on another one. So yeah, after this very nice harmonic here, this is simply the D here was simply completing this very nice increase in price to look for the drop next. And so if we have a look at the chart right now, well, this is exactly what's happened here. So this is normally here, was looking for this ABC flat, increase in price with a harmonic D point, and then the full reversal. That's pretty lovely. Again, this is a typical move that is happening at the all-time highs. Okay, if you go and check at the previous all-time highs, for example, just right here, we've got an ABC flat that brings us with a bigger WXY, and another here again, ABC flat that brings us with a bigger WXY. So we simply have been taking this price action at this right here. We have plenty of different targets and stuff, and so yeah, that brings us with an ABC flat just right here, and the bigger WXY. Sorry again, my cats. All right, so yeah, so this is the exact same pattern I'm taking here, and so this mark possibly the start here of the bear market. Already, if you have a look at the levels here, we lost some crucial support. I'm just going to show you this here. So first of all, the support, yeah, there you go. The support we could have a look here live in the time was basically the latest uptrend here, value area low. This was basically, when we had this very large drop, this was basically the crucial support that gave the bounce. Okay, this was the support here. We've got a nice increase in price from here. We even backtested this once more. We've got the increase in price, and from here we've got the drop here, flip this right here into resistance and get the larger continuation. So this first of all here was a really crucial support to hold to expect high prices next. We've lost this. If we do exactly the same, but on a bit of a bigger time frame here, we pull all the latest uptrend here values. We are still above, as you can see, this value are high. So this right here is and will be basically a crucial support next. We can also pull this anchor rate view up that brings us with a pretty large zone. We'll have this anchor rate view up and this value are high, so around 84,000 This is a zone. Okay, we have this big zone. Of course, we still have a few supports in between. We can simply pull, for example, this range. Okay, we'll have the range just right here. Okay, this, we can view this whole section here as a range. Okay, just right there. So you have, of course, you had this point of control that we flipped into resistance. As you can see just right here, went below, flipped into resistance, and we now find a little bit of support around this previous range value low. This is at the moment the support we are having. If we lose this, we're sorry, we're very simply going to drop down to the value high. This will be the next target basically to look for on Bitcoin. It's a quite large target. You can simply add, we're going to cover the wave, but to see really what is next. But this will be the next big zone of support. In that, you simply have to add to add simply the confluence with the levels, okay? Or you can also pull the extension tools to find the wave target. So we're going to plan the wave now, but just wanted to talk and go through a bit these supports, this crucial support to hold. So to really say, okay, we are in a bear market now. We really started the bear market. We're already on the lower time frame here, a medium time frame. We've lost some really crucial support to expect high prices next. So now to really answer the question, are we in a bear market or not? To really say yes, well, we'll have simply to get acceptance back below this zone. Okay, but I mean, already right now the probability is a lot more yes than no. Okay, we've lost already some crucial supports. That was really something not to lose, and so now we are simply more likely going to visit this big zone of support. Okay, value high, anchor it VWAP. That is the next big zone of support. And if I pull it like this, by the way, yeah, that brings us with much more low prices. So yeah, this will be the real confirmation. Before that, it's not, well, we can still be in a bull market, but already by losing this value low, so to speak, the probability increase a lot, okay, that we are in a bear market now. And it will be really likely if we start breaking below this value high. Okay, these are the key targets and the key levels to look for. So yeah, that being said, we are more likely in a bear market. It will be more likely confirmed if we reached and break basically the full uptrend value high. That being said, let's go now on the wave count. So here on the wave count, we take simply the exact same price action that happened at the previous all-time highs, and to this, so we can simply add a small wave. So first of all, we can remove this. Okay, we've got first of all the ABC flat, where we have been able to plan, even on YouTube here, the time of this top. This was just absolutely crazy. So A, B, and then we look for a C to the downside with some 5 waves just right here if we're going to bit of a lower time from here. So this update might be a little bit longer because I didn't updated Bitcoin on the YouTube channel here for quite a while, like 1 month. In 1 month we've got a lot of price action since then. So we've got the 5 waves down here, so wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, completing the C. To find a target, simply pull the extension tool from the A wave root to the A wave bottom to the B wave top. We've got a bounce from the 123. You know, it was basically, I think it was here, yeah. You know, we was looking for this 123, 16, 1811 at the time, so even before here, well, this was a previous update. I move it to harmonics course here, but it was in the previous screenshot. But anyway, so yeah, we've got this increase in price. We've got next, you know, the harmonic. Again, this harmonic here, you can learn this on the website, and that brings us with a drop. And how could you find the top of this? You could simply pull the Fib time from here to here to here. Look, I'm just gonna try to place this perfectly. There you go, and you can see there's a 1-to-1 also here is giving the perfect time of the top. So again, very nice. This leads to the very big and large drop here we've got to the downside. So again, if we have this ABC flat and we still drop next, what happened on the previous all-time highs? Well, we simply look for a bigger correction wave. That is a W with the ABC flat, then we'll have the X wave, and then we'll have the Y wave to the downside. Very simple thing to know here is that in each of these waves, W, X, and Y, we have a correction. In the Y wave, we can just not finish with a WXY. What we have got first of all, and that's why we recognize this was more likely going to drop further in the end, because here what we've got to the downside here is a WXY. Can we finish a Y wave with a WXY as I said in it? It's not possible. So we have to look for a larger configuration, either an ABC flat, triangle, whatever you want, but here at first we simply take a WXY, X and Z. So what we can look for into this Y wave is simply here a WXY, X and Z. Okay, very simple thing. And now we are finding support, by the way. If you pull the extension tool to find a Y wave targets, okay, you pull the extension tool from the W root to the W bottom, just right here, to the X wave top, you add the correction target, so MC extension, 100%, 123, and the 1618. So we can of course remove the ones that was a little bit before here, because now we broke through, so we don't really care anymore. That brings us with a 123 and the 1618. So these, for example, are the two targets. Oops, we're going to look for a long and for a buy. Of course, you can add all the confidence with the levels and stuff. I'm not going to jump in this in today's video. And then we'll have the 1618. So these are the two next targets where we should complete this Y wave. Okay, so we can look for the 123, where we are right now, where we already bounced it from, and we have then the 1618. Okay, so these are the two targets where this Y wave is likely to be completed. Then we can simply pull the WXY, X, and Z targets. So how do you do this? Very simply again, you take the extension tool, click first on the W root, second on the W bottom. Oops, misclick that, and the third click is going to go on the second X wave top. So you pull it like this, boom, there you go. And again, you add the correction target, so MC extension, so 618, 71, 78, next you have the 100%, 123, and you have the 1618. So we can only keep the last one here because we went through all the previous ones. So now that brings us with a max target 1618, in addition in confluence with the 123. So this is right here a zone to look for a long, a zone to look for a possible reversal. Now something to bear in mind is that, can we drop more? Can we go and touch the 200%? Yes, in that case that will invalidate this WXY, X, and Z into the Y wave. So what can we take if the price do this? Okay, the price is unable to hold here. How to recognize this? Simply plan your targets and read the order flow. This is an order flow. It allows you, for example, this is a 30-minute order flow. You can see if you go on the 30 minutes here, you have the exact same chart. You can basically see here what is happening. As you can see here, this will have the exact same price action. Just right here, you can basically see what is happening into the candles, and to see what's happening into the candles allows you to make the informed trading decisions, the good decisions. Sometimes of course you are going to get good data on the order flow, everything is lining up, but you're still going to lose a trade. Why? Because you cannot win 100% of your trade, but at least it brings us more probability into your trades, so to speak. It increases the win rate, as simple as that. So yeah, let's just come back here on a bit of a bigger time frame. There you go. So you can simply read the order flow into these targets, and what I was saying here is, if the Z wave here go and touch the 200%, so the very low opacity gray level here, touching the 200% will invalidate this WXY, X, and Z to the downside. So what we can take again, if we have to make something bigger in here, it's very simply just gonna get rid of this, a WXY, X, and Z, but a little bit bigger. If we've got a WXY first of all, okay, if we've got this WXY and we cannot finish a Y wave with a WXY, we look first of all for WXY, X, and Z. Well, if now we go and touch the 200% below here, what we'll have to do is simply look for a bigger W, X, Y, X, and Z. That's it. A bit of a complex correction, but it's not impossible to trade. We can simply plan the targets, and that's it. Okay, so that brings us with this configuration here. We take first of all the simple well, that's a complex WXY, but still WXY. That brings us with a bigger W, X, Y, and again we add two more waves to this because we cannot finish a WXY like this with a simple WXY. So in that case, if we go and touch the 200% of the previous WXY, X, and Z like this, if we go and touch the 200%, so to speak, 87,200, if we go and touch this price, well, it invalidates this configuration, and we can simply look for this configuration. So how do we have to pull the extension tool from this W to the W root to the W bottom to the X wave top to add the bigger Y wave targets? And in confluence, we can simply add this W root, W bottom, and X wave top targets, correction targets, and there you go, my friends. We have our targets. So we have this, boom, 1-to-1 extension that is already hit. Of course, we can go swipe the lows and then come back up. Okay, this is more about the lower time frame plan. Everything was covered with VAPs, for example. Today we know exactly what to do if we do any move, basically. Okay, not gonna jump too much into this because otherwise the update is gonna really last for too long. It's already a 15 minutes update. So yeah, here WXY, we can look for the Y wave targets. Okay, these targets here, so red level, green level, blue levels here, the smaller ones, so this one, and this one are the Y wave targets. So we can simply look for this first one we have next another target right here. If we go and touch the invalidation of the Z, okay, we go and change to this configuration. We add in that case these Y wave targets, and there you go. We have this 100%, 123, and the 161. So again, we can just look for a zone like this. Okay, and if you want to add even more confidence, you can go and add, you know, all the weekly, monthly, weekly negative path control, monthly negative path control to all these targets to be even more accurate. I'm really going to try to stay focused on the wave today, so I'm gonna only look at this. But yeah, this is the way basically, I mean, what I'm going to look for next. Okay, and so once we have done the Y wave, we're going to look for a correction. If we go, of course, let's touch at 200% to invalidate the lower time frame WX, Y, X, and Z. So if we confirm this WXY, this bigger, larger WXY extends into the Y wave, then once we've got, for example, let's say we bounce off the Y wave 123, we can look next for the X wave. So we look for another correction to the upside, and next we look for the Z wave to the downside. So we look for a boom correction again into the Z wave. Okay, and after, who knows, maybe we're going to print after the Y with the big WXY here is completed, we're maybe going to print just a WXY to the upside, and so there you go again, we can look for a bigger WXY, X and Z, and the bear market continues. Okay, or we can even print, for example, a larger W, X, and Y like this, okay, with a bounce off around the 1618 of this yellow Y, and yeah, well, we'll see in any case what is going on at the time. But what we can look for basically into the Y wave right now is either this simple first WX, Y, X, and Z. We have the targets for this. Just gonna add everything. It should be here into the medium time frame too. There it goes. We don't have everything at the same time. And if you don't want, of course, to bother with smaller wave, you can just pull the WXY target and look for a long on the 123 or the 1618. That's it, if you want to really keep it simple. That being said, I think that's it really for Bitcoin. Not gonna, well, this is already, I think, good enough to focus on all these things. So yeah, we have this WXY down. Please don't forget that the value high next on the high time frame here is really crucial to hold. If we really get acceptance below here, this value high of the latest uptrend here, if we break below this value high basically and this anchor review up, well, we're definitely in a bear market. Okay, right now already we've lost some crucial support, but like absolutely crucial support. The next big support is really this. If we really break below that, this is definitely the confirmation that we're in a bear market. Okay, so of course I have many shorts from up here, okay, almost from every single rise we've got here. So I am prepared for this, and if you want to be prepared for this, you can see and always know what is next. Basically, we of course plan different configurations. We never look at only one because we have to be ready and prepared for absolutely everything. We class the scenarios by probability next, but at least we're prepared in case it rises, in case we drop, everything. So if you want to plan to always know what is next, you can simply sign up on the website, join us as a VIP. It's 30 euros per month. That is very simply €1 per day basically. So you have this brand new platform. You can of course join us for absolutely free. You can create an account, sign up, link your Discord account, you will be able to join the Discord server, and of course you have some free courses. For example, you have a beginner course, you have an Elliott Wave course here, you have half of the course for absolutely free. So for example, if you struggle really to follow along, well, of course you have to know a little bit of Elliott Wave because these are some complex patterns, WXY and stuff. I'm trying to make it easy, but sometimes, you know, I'm using this for more than 7 years now, so I maybe sometimes forget about a few stuff that are absolutely completely logic for me, but maybe for a beginner not so much. So if you really struggle, I'll let you go and create the website, or create an account on the website. Go and check out the Elliott Wave course right here. And of course you have a Discord server with some VIPs, updates and stuff. So yeah, you have the Discord server basically just right here. And so right now I'm just waiting for the New York Open. That just happened, by the way. Recording the update right on the New York Open, but anyway. But yeah, you have some updates and stuff within this section with only VIPs. You also have the VIP section just right here. And yeah, you have some new courses also being uploaded every week at the moment, so that's pretty nice. So in any case, that is it for me for today. So if you have any questions, feel free to drop in the comment section. Let me know also in the comment section what you think about Bitcoin. Is it for you in a bear market, or no, for you this is still bullish, we're going to go for some new all-time highs? Let me know in the comments, and yeah, take care of you, have a brilliant day ahead, and see you all in the next one, maybe within the VIP section on the website. Otherwise, see you all in the next public update. Take care. Cheers.